How long is it going to be?
I'm going to probably be less than an hour, I suppose. We're probably going to go maybe an hour tops,
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, if you got to take off, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, guys, we're live right now. It's 4:15 Central Time. I got a little bit of free time here, so I just wanted to go ahead and invite Squib to this chat. I invited everybody else that I normally invite to the Caliber Corner podcast, and so I will try to watch the chat on the YouTube and the gun channel side to see what's going on. Frank the Tank's already joining us. Kingpin's with us too. This is not my usual broadcast time. I don't know if this will be a regular thing, but I have some free time today. I'm all caught up on everything. I don't really have much to do for about an hour, but I got Squibby here, and I got a box from Squib. And the reason why I'm doing this chat is because I posted a video this morning, last night on Patreon, talking about being a beginner, getting into reloading and all the stuff that comes at you. And when I made the video, I didn't want to make it super complicated or kind of daunting or something that's going to push people away from reloading. So what I covered, very amateur descriptions of everything. This is somebody who's just getting into it. Now, when I say, we've discussed reloading before in Caliber Corner, but for somebody who's just getting into it, actually dealing with the physical pieces in my hands, it really does kind of change the perspective when it comes to reloading versus just keyboard commandoing it and just reading and stuff like that, looking stuff up on Amazon. So, wow, got a lot of people joining in. All right, so Liberty's Warrior said, hey, I'm here for my winnings. Liberty's Warrior, did you enter my 15,000 subscriber giveaway? I sent a huge box of stuff to a winner out there on YouTube and Gun Channels land. So if you didn't enter that drawing over on GunTube, we'll do another one for 20,000 subscribers. When I hit 20,000, we're going to make it a good one. I think I might just do a little reloading giveaway, and it's going to be nice for anybody that wants to do it. I think reloading supplies might be a 50-state legal thing. Say if I want to give away a press or a press kit or something like that. So did he send you Brownell's coffee? Frank says, no, I've not done this. So real quick, Squibby, you're the only one with me. Do you introduce yourself real quick? You got a minute?
Yeah.
Say hi to everybody. So you got a channel. What's your channel called?
Squib Load, two different words there. There's a space in the middle, capital S, capital L. If you go to search it, I'm like on page 3. So it's a channel with, it's not all gun videos. I do other stuff.
Yeah.
There's some boring train videos, and every year you'll get to hear about my boring garden. And, I've got some food reviews in there and a few other things. But
growing your own fruit should be something that preppers should focus on a little bit. It's nice to have 700 buckets of Mountain House, but it's also nice to have some fresh tomatoes once in a while too. So.
Yeah.
So Warsaw Patriot says, by the way, Pelosi's live on Fox and she's been drinking too much. She's so dumb she doesn't know what she's doing to her country. I think she does, unfortunately, too much. So talking about our border, well, you know what? You guys are welcome to hang out with me here. So here's the deal. Squib Load, he and his son came and stayed with my family almost 2 years ago to watch the eclipse. It was a little over a year ago. And Squib brought a bunch of reloading supplies. And I feel like a jerk because Squib's like, you ever thought about getting into reloading? We had this conversation on the phone. I'm like, maybe. And then he rolls up with all these reloading supplies. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. Now it's kind of that little push to get me going into reloading. So as somebody's getting into it, I don't want to make a bigger deal out of it than it is, but you can really get lost in all the reading and all the reviews and all the stuff you think you need and you don't need. So when I posted my little video this morning, it was just the stuff that I have right now. And there's going to be obviously some things I'm going to add to it as time goes on. So Squib sent me another package today, and I just wanted to give him a little recognition and some thanks and just do a little unboxing for everybody and see what he sent me. And Squib, if you want to chime in on what any of this stuff is, feel free to let everybody know. Okay, so Liberty's Warrior says, what's that? Yeah.
It's odds and ends that I started collecting when I got home from your place. So there is actually something that has been in your possession before in that box.
I think we talked about this. Real quick, Liberty's Warrior saying, I like this Friday surprise chat, the reloading corner. This is pretty rare, Liberty's Warrior. I got this package here. I'm going to start reloading here pretty soon. And then I don't know how many reloading videos I'm really going to do. Or if I do, it'll be on YouTube. Tomorrow, I promise you, is going to be pretty much the whole time is going to be a gun chat on Caliber Corner. It's going to be a fun one. If you look at the topics I posted, it's all about the guns. So, let's go and do this, man. Let's just see what you got. I was still in the process of cutting this open when I went live because everything's taped up real nice here. I need to be careful.
Did you see the postal tape on there, the 2 strips?
Yeah, you had two strips of packing tape on here.
You know why I did that? Because Dano says you can't get post office tape at the post office, so I put 2 strips on your box.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, they won't put it on for free usually, but you can buy this stuff there, but it's like $5 for a little package. So
they left the tape gun out. They shouldn't have done that.
I would have walked off with it. Okay, that'd be federal theft. That'd be a bad
Yeah,
idea. But
yeah,
no,
I know.
when I
I
tape
thought
it,
about
I
it,
put
but
like
it's like,
6.
yeah, felony just wouldn't go over well.
Yeah, yeah.
And you think about it, you're in prison, and they're like, "What are you in for, man?" I stole tape from the post
Yeah, I took
office.
tape. Man, you's a sick mother. Shut your mouth. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. My friends and I used to joke about that when we would, copy videotapes. We're always worried that the FBI was going to
FBI
show up and
warning.
stuff. So let's see what we got from Squib here. We got a little bundle. We got some nice midget pillows. Those are awesome. Those are pillows for people of small stature. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. My dog might like that too, or my cats. All right, cool. Ooh, all right. So, oh my God, this is awesome. Ballistol, dude. I've wanted this stuff for so long. You cannot buy it. You don't see this. I don't even know if Cabela's carries it in Nebraska.
It's plentiful in Michigan, and
Oh.
you've been talking about this stuff for like 2 years.
What's it?
And that's been sitting in the box. Wait.
Okay, people say it's nasty. The smell.
It's not.
It's not. No, you know what? It just smells like. This guy smells like spray paint. It smells like spray paint or something.
Yeah.
All right,
So
I finally get to smell Ballistol. Yeah. No, I'm not huffing
Ballistol. That Ballistol I probably put in that box a year and a half ago. I'm not kidding. It's been sitting in there that long. Right? So it's like for the whole year and a half, I'm like, oh, you kept talking about it. I'm like, one day he's just going to buy this.
You people that live in a state that have more than 1 million people don't know how lucky you are because you can actually get Ballistol. So for us, it's like we got to order it online because I've been like, CLP. So I'm going to try this. My next cleaning video is going to be with Ballistol. Maybe I'll do a versus cleaning video. Just do a Ballistol clean versus CLP. So, all right. So we got Ballistol. We have got is this a joke? 9mm Makarov die.
No.
Okay, because you know how I feel about Makarov. I have real strong emotional connections to a Makarov that's not in my possession. We've talked about this.
If I wanted to send you a joke, I would have either sent you an empty surplus holster for a Makarov,
that would have been
a magazine for a Makarov, or a complete die set for a Makarov.
See, all right. Here's the problem with this. Now that you got me this die, now I feel obligated to buy a Makarov, so now I might be making a phone call to Foods.
It's for 9mm Luger.
Well, okay, it says 9mm Mac. So
right. So apparently, and I haven't been able to work this successfully, but maybe you will have success where I have failed.
Okay.
You can base size 9mm Luger with a 9mm Makarov die. There's a bulge that you might get in the case when it's fired through an unsupported chamber, like in a Glock. When you do range pickups, you don't know if this will come out of a Glock or not. So it's a good idea with certain calibers, the ones that Glock pistols come in, to base size all your brass.
When it comes to these dies and everything, I went Lee, and that's pretty much, and this is stupid, it's pretty much because you got me the Lee dies. And then I started reading the Lee manual and stuff, and I decided to go Lee all the way through. Are you mostly Lee, or are you RCBS, or what do you?
I've got a little bit of everything. The thing is, Lee is the most affordable. You get the most stuff with a Lee die set. Okay, so you get more dies, you get the powder scoop, the shell holder, and the load data with the Lee, and you don't get that with the other sets. The other thing is the Lee ones. I think, in my opinion, their instructions are some of the easiest to follow for a beginner. But since you're in Nebraska, I thought you were kind of beholden to get everything Hornady. So
I have not read the best reviews about their reloading sets. And to me, it almost seems like an afterthought. It's just something they kind of put out there because they got the name. And I don't know. There might be guys that are lock and load fans, that are Hornady fans. I love their ammo. I love their bullets, but I'm just not. I don't know. Just after looking at the reload, I'm just looking at the presses and what people complain about. There's stuff that should not happen in QC when it comes to reloading kits and sets. I mean, there's no reason why a lot of guys should complain about the problems that they did, but because we got this. All right, now explain to me, what is this? What's the
that's a bulge
buster kit? Now we talked about this.
This is for base sizing. So base sizing is, like I said, when you fire ammunition through a gun with an unsupported chamber like a Glock, you could get a bulge in the case. So if you run the brass through a Lee factory crimp die, which is what that Makarov die is. It's a factory crimp die. For that particular caliber, up in through the bulge buster kit, it's supposed to base size it and take that bulge out. So it'd be 9 Luger, 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 ACP. I guess you could use it on 10 or 357 SIG or 45 Gap or whatever. But it's so supposedly if you use the 9mm Luger factory crimp die, it will not base size it. But if you run 9mm Luger through a 9mm Makarov factory crimp die, which is what that is, it'll base size it. I tried it and I jammed it in my die, so I'm doing something wrong.
Well, when I get this all set up, and maybe on Sunday, because we're going to get a blizzard this weekend, maybe on Sunday I'll get the press mounted and we can do a little live stream over on GunTube and then broadcast it through gun channels, and we'll kind of go with it. So Cool.
Since you have that new 9mm brass to start off with,
Huh? Yeah,
you don't need to base size that, obviously.
No, I'm
So-
still gonna. Should I still check the dimensions on this stuff before I load it?
No, it's good to go.
Don't even. I mean, don't even. It's gonna be fine, right?
Oh,
It's,
yeah,
I
it'll
know
work.
it's
Oh,
new
yeah.
brass, and
Yep.
that's a stupid question. But do I have to worry about any kind of variances in length or?
Nope.
Okay. I'm
Not
not going to worry about that. I mean, I'm going to definitely check the weight and double check the weight on all the rounds. You know, I don't want to mess up with that. And then we've got the little powder scoop, and we've got some punches. What are these for?
Those are not punches. Those are decapping pins for a Lee 6.5 Creedmoor die. So
nice.
If you get the Lee 6.5 Creedmoor die set as your first rifle die set, and you bend those pins, those are spare pins.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be the second set of dice. When I get this first 100 rounds loaded, I'm also going to load the brass you gave me, which would give me like 200 rounds of 9. And I'm going to be using all the hollow points that you sent me. So I'm going to be doing some nice self-defense ammo rounds and testing stuff. Then after that, I'll move over to 6.5 Creedmoor once I get comfortable with doing the 9mm stuff. So cool. All right, so we got
those are
that.
just spare parts that you can get off the Lee website. So.
Okay, cool. And then I got this guy. This is this for?
So that hand primer you've got, right?
Yeah.
Those are spare parts for the hand primer. If anything breaks or wears out, there you go. Those are all the same parts.
Because I do have this particular model. This is the updated one, right? This one's the change model. So that's cool, man. All right, thank you so much, man. This is great. The reason
I'm sending you spare parts is, in my experience, having spare parts has come in handy for me. So I know other people might go, "Oh, you're just tough on your equipment." Whatever.
Well, if I'm going to sit down and get everything ready to go and do some reloading, some of the common parts that could break, it'd be nice not to make the 80-mile round trip to Cabela's. It's going to save me a couple hours, so that's cool, man. All right, and then what else we got in here? We've got some Imperial sizing dye wax. Should I be using that instead of the Lee lubricant that comes with it, or what?
I prefer that, but some people like the Lee better.
Okay.
So I think what it is you're going to have to determine what works best for you. If you get a spray kind, you may like that one better too. So I was giving you that as an option to try out, and then this is the thing with reloading. It's like anything else with guns. Whatever works for you, and don't let somebody else change your mind. So by giving you a couple different kinds of things to try out, you can figure out which one you like. I've got the Lee stuff, and I don't like it. I like the Imperial sizing wax.
Well, I've heard, some people love it, some people hate it. So, Guitar Man Pete said you using the Lee bench primer. Yeah, Guitar Man Pete, it's sitting right here. Pete, I've got the Lee Breech Lock Challenger kit. That's what I bought. And if you watch my Guitar Man Pete, if you haven't seen it yet, watch my reloading video I posted this morning. It's kind of a beginner introductory video, and I talk about all the equipment that I have and then some of the stuff that I need and so on. So, and it looks like, they're asking for a snowblower video on Sunday. I was actually going to do a review of my snowblower because that model is sold under various brands at various stores. And so I was going to do that and then maybe show it off in a demonstration, like in the middle of the blizzard, how it actually works. So there might be some like live action cam outdoor blizzard footage. So, there's Ammo Cat just in time. So you guys want to watch a snowblower video? I suppose I could. I mean, I've used that snowblower for 3 years now. So, what else we got in the box? Ooh, more Ballistol. Hey, one of the guys in the chat said this makes fantastic body spray. Do you know anything about that at all?
I am neither going to confirm nor deny that.
Like me, it's 100% biodegradable, so that's cool. I like that. This is awesome. You don't know. I don't know why. It's one of those things where why didn't I just order it? And it's like, instead I sit around and complain and I go, man, I can't get Ballistol in Nebraska. This sucks.
I just been holding my breath for a year and a half that you didn't order it.
Yeah, no, and I've been, CLP in it like crazy. By the way, Night Strike's been with us for a little while. Night Strike, you want to say hello?
Hey, how's it going, Travis?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, what's up? We're going to go tag up some walls.
Me.
What? Who?
You're quirking me. I go
How?
on...
Okay, for starters, there's nothing listed on the TV, on the channel schedule over at gunchannels.com.
I know.
Okay, so are you going live now, or are you waiting to go live, or do you want to go live at 5 o'clock, or what?
I'm going to go live at 6. That's what
6, which would be 5. I'm going to be done in 30 minutes. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
I'm just joking with you.
Oh, no, but I'm saying I care enough to check the schedule to make sure that nobody is...
It's not. It's YouTube only. It's for the YouTubers only.
Oh, well, we don't that. Okay, I got you. Well, I can't keep up with you guys. You always got shows on all the time. Me, I have to wait till after 4 o'clock. You got the whole day to do a show. Why didn't you start this at like 8 in the morning and then just go to like 4? You've done it before. You used to do it all the time.
I take care of the elderly. I don't have time to do a 4-hour show.
All right. So, Squib, what do we got here? We got some sight black, non-reflective sight black. Fast drying and stops glare on sights and barrels.
So
this is one of those things where,
Yeah, if you're out on a sunny day and you got glare off your front sight post, spray that on there.
All right.
You spray that. You know how football players put the black underneath their eyes there?
Yeah.
It does the same thing. So
I used to put blood for my opponents when I played football. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So it's like
I just used to use the blood off of my 1911.
Yeah, that works too. But I mean, I was actually playing sports. So, all right. So we got sight black, non-reflect. This is good though, because this could actually come in handy with like a lot of the little black rifle tests that we do, kind of that blued finish and stuff with the glare, especially in the mornings. All right. So we got 2 cans of Extreme Duty CLP. And this is another one. I don't think I can get Lucas gun cleaning products anywhere other than like having to make a trip to like Shields, maybe Cabela's.
Lucas is an Indiana company.
Yep.
Okay. They're based in Indianapolis. They make good stuff. They started making performance automotive stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they've kind of branched out. And sometimes you can find that stuff at the auto parts stores around here, to tell you the truth.
Well, I mean, the Lucas products, I can get all. I use the upper cylinder lubricant in my Jeep all the time. I pour it in with about every other gas tank that I do. I pour the 5-ounce bottle in. I refill it off the gallon. And that's
Lucas
good.
makes good stuff. Now, what you'll like about this is if you're cleaning a gun in the house and people are complaining about the smell of the gun oil, that stuff doesn't smell bad.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to it right now. All right, hold on. Ooh.
Okay, now some people
fruity,
might complain, but some people might complain though because that's what frog lube smells like.
It's kind of minty. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. It's kind of got it. How's it taste? Did you try the? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I wouldn't. So anyway, this is pretty sweet, man. This is cool. All right, I've never tried this before. This will be good. So we got some reloading supplies, cleaning supplies. We got another can of the sight black. All right, so that's good.
Maybe you can give it away in your 15,049 person.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'll do kind of a care pack like I did for the 15,000 sub, and then also when it comes to 20, I think we'll go big. I think we'll maybe do a reloading set that we'll give away to somebody.
Right.
I'd like to do a firearm, maybe go through the arsenal and see if there's something I might be willing to transfer, but then you kind of run into the legalities of other states and stuff. So I don't know. Now this, okay, so I'm still looking here, and then we've got. Okay, you got some brass, and you gave me a case to put it in. All right, these little boxes, the reloading cases.
Yes.
Case guard 100. Okay, so this brass, is this from when we went to the range or what?
This is from we went to the range in 2017. All of those are picked up from your range, and most of those came out of your Taurus.
No. This would have came out. Is there no? This is all.
Oh wait, is that the 223? Okay, then those come out of your AR pistol. Sorry.
Okay. I got you.
I thought I put a box of 9mm. Oops, I put the 223 in there. I must have kept the 9mm. Sorry, man.
So now you're trying to get me into reloading 223 by sending me brass for 220 because you know what? Actually, I've got 2 tubs completely full of it. So
and here's the thing: that box, this plastic case with all those shells have been in that box for 1.5 years. So I thought it was 9mm the whole time. That's
that's okay.
So this come out of your AR pistol.
Yeah. And so it doesn't really matter if they were 5.56 cases or 223 cases because I run 223 Remington, and then I've also run like some American Eagle 5.56. Is there any difference in the brass tolerances at all, thickness or?
There's different reload data, and you can reload 5.56 hotter, but overall they're pretty much about the same.
I'll probably just
if you look them up in the manual. You'll see the slight differences in it. Now these. I don't think I trimmed those. I might have trimmed those and measured those. I'm not sure. So one of the things you showed in your video, you pulled out the case trimmer
thing.
You would use that. You would use that in a case trimming die for that particular caliber in a single stage press.
All right.
To trim rifle breast. Rifle breast stretches when you fire it.
Yes. And then you threw some coupons in here too. Did you know about that?
I don't know. That might have fallen in there.
I'm just messing with you. I
don't know.
Coupons.
I don't know what they are.
Sweet,
that might have fallen in there.
Oh no, that's fine, dude. This is good stuff. I'll get this all up on the shelves and get everything stowed here in a little bit. So this is good stuff. So, yeah, man. So now, what else? What else am I lacking after what you saw in the video this morning? You know, I went through the whole breech lock Challenger kit. I got the dies. I got the primers, the brass, the powder, the bullets.
For 9mm, I think you've got everything you really need.
I've got the 2 shell holders, the priming set that comes with the breech lock Challenger kit, the brass. I don't know. Is there anything else other than just
You've got everything you need for 9mm. Once you go to 6.5 Creedmoor, you might want to get the case trimming die to go with your trimmer for 6.5. Just in case, because what you'll do is you'll take your calipers and you'll measure them and you'll check your reload book and it'll give you your max overall. And if it's past your max overall, you just trim it down just a little bit, and then And when it stretches every time it fires, and not every case will stretch every single time it's fired, but if it does stretch, you're measuring them just to see if it stretched some. When you trim it back, you can trim it back a few times before the brass is no good. So it's not like you're destroying it or anything else like that. But other than that, you've got everything you need for 9mm and almost everything you need for 6.5 Creedmoor. So.
Okay, cool. And then with that, okay, I keep seeing like these little. Is there like an electric case trimmer can hook up to a drill or something?
Yes. Yes.
Is that different than the hand crank trimmer that I got with my
hand crank trimmer? The hand crank it's more or less physical effort versus not as much effort. I have not used the electric stuff. Okay. But I mean, for me, it's if I get a little exercise while I'm reloading, hey, fine. But for somebody else, they've got the stationary ones. They've got the ones that hook to a mount. They've got the ones that you just put on a drill. So they've got a few different electric options, but I mean, some of them are. If you want to see this comparison between a manual one and an electric one, look up a YouTuber, Deuce and Guns. He does a comparison video between a manual and an electric one, and he shows how fast he's able. I think was he trimming 300 blackout or 223 or something. And how much faster it was. But for me, the manual one is good enough for right now. Maybe if my arthritis gets worse, I'll want to go to one that's
an electric one.
Yeah, but for 9mm, even though there is a case trim die for it, it's going to be few and far between that you're going to trim a pistol cartridge. It's just rare.
I was kind of curious about that. If I'd even have to deburring stuff at all, do I even have to worry about that at all, or chamfer tools or whatever they call it?
So the chamfer tool you could use in the case mouth when you go to trim it. There might be some burrs, so you use a chamfer tool to take some of those burrs off. But I also use it to open up the primer pocket on anything that's got a crimp primer, like military brass, like 762 51 versus 308 and 556 versus 223. It's going to have the primer pocket's going to be a little bit crimped. So when you go to jam a new primer in there, it might smash in the priming arm. So if you take that little Lee tool that looks like a little pointy hat there, and you just kind of just chamfer it out just a little bit, just stick it in there and give it a couple turns.
That's all you got to do.
You know, a primer just pops right in there, and you're good to go, and it stays open, forever. It doesn't like re-crimp when you fire it or anything.
So here's what I'm kind of questioning myself on: should I have just bought these components in this kit as separate components instead of buying everything together? I mean, because
not really, because that price was pretty good, I think.
$147. Now that was tax free with free shipping because it was not. I bought it on Amazon. I did not get. It wasn't Prime, but it was through an Amazon seller. So I didn't get the quick shipping on. I think I waited a week for it to show up. But I also, because it wasn't from Amazon Direct, I didn't have to worry about sales tax, which saved me a little bit of money on it. Now, what about the balance scale that comes with the Lee kit? Is that something I should?
I would use the balance scale to double check against the digital. If you use the calibration weight with your digital, everything should be fine. But if you ever start to get wonky readings, like you're doing some reloads and you're checking every 5th or 10th or 100th, however many you want to double check the charge on there, and you're starting, the readings are going all over the place, and you're like, what the heck is going on? You've got the mechanical scale to verify. So I would not get rid of that. I would just keep it as a backup.
Well, you see, I had a couple people that have already left some comments on my video saying, that balancing or that scale is okay. It takes forever to use. You'll be happy with digital. And I'm glad, I don't know if you noticed in the video, I did put the difference in the price between buying the digital and not, because it was the $34 difference. And somebody on a budget or somebody getting into it for the first time,
Your digital is going to be faster and easier. I would recommend somebody get a digital to start, but if they buy a kit and it comes with a balance scale, don't poo-poo it, don't throw it in the trash, and learn how to use it. Follow the instructions, learn how to use it, because if that digital scale ever breaks and you're 80 miles away from the nearest place that sells a digital scale, that reads in grains, by the way, not something you get from your scrap dealer, right? Okay, and it breaks, you've still got that mechanical scale. And like I said, if you ever get any wonky readings and you're going, something is going on with the scale, you always have something to verify it against. With pretty much every process I have for reloading, I have a backup or even a tertiary means of doing that process, whether it be priming, depriming, or trimming it, or whatever it is. Almost every, I need to get a second set of calipers is what I need to do. But I've got a backup for pretty much everything, because I've had stuff wear out, break, whatever, and it just comes in handy. Now, other people might go, well, that's not the way I do it. Okay, that isn't the way you do it, and that's fine. You do it your way, I'll do it my way. Travis, you'll figure out the way that works for you. You might copy some people's stuff. But then you're going to find some, for what I do, this is what I want. Some people reload for different reasons. Smeggy and I were talking, and he reloads 9mm, and I go, dude, for what 9mm costs, it's kind of pointless to buy a setup for 9mm. And he goes, I shoot more 9mm every month than you do. I started thinking about it, and go, he's got a great point. The volume of 9mm that he shoots justifies his expense in getting a reload setup for 9mm, whereas for me, it wouldn't. You see what I mean?
After you got to sit down and figure, well, how many, what's it cost me for a box? And if I, what's it going to cost me per round? At what point am I finally going to break even, and how much am I actually shooting? These are all things you got to take into consideration when you get into reloading. I just want to get into 9 because it's relatively inexpensive. It's an easy way to learn how to do it before you learn how to deal with, having to crimp, the brass and things like that, and have to make sure that stuff is all set. I just wanted to go simple straight wall cartridge. I mean, all the defensive guns in the house are 9mm. So when I do shoot stuff, and that's the majority of what I test on the channel is 9mm too. So I thought, well,
it's just a little bit different for everybody else. Maybe the reason they got into it, or the reason that they're doing it, or the reason they continue to sink money into it. Some people are, I only use this brand. Okay, then you only use that brand. Some people are like me, and they use every brand under the sun. Everybody's a little bit different. So if you ever have another reloader tell you you're doing something wrong because you're not doing it their way, then, in my opinion, that person's wrong for saying it. It's the same, when somebody says you're holding the gun wrong, and it's like, well, I'm hitting the bullseye and you're not. So, you know what I mean? So I think what it is after you get through some of it and you figure out some stuff, and you watch some videos, you have some people show you some stuff, and you figure out some stuff on your own, you'll come up with the Travis P11 way of doing it, or the Travis P11 reason for continuing to invest in your, you know what I mean? So.
Well, this is cool. When you gave me the bullets for, it's like, man, I'd like to actually, and part of it too is just to get away from just using the 115 grain Federal for, I go back and look at my range tests, and that's all I've ever shot through the 9mm. Well, the majority of it. So to be able to get some other grain weights, get some of the sports shooters ammunition going through some of the guns too, 124, 125 grain. I like that flexibility. It just makes it a little more interesting, I think, for what I'm shooting. Got a question for you, Squib. Z-Link Corrupted is saying, seal your ammo with 50/50 nail polish acetone around the neck and the primer for wet environments. What do you think about that?
I've actually got some primer sealer that I bought at Cabela's last year, and I just haven't tried it out because I've bought ammunition that has been sealed up that way from the factory, and it works just fine. If you're for long-term storage, or you're in a humid environment, it's supposed to work. I just bought it to try it out, but I just haven't had time.
Okay. So that'd be one option for it. I'm just seeing if anybody's posting some questions over. Guys, you got any reloading questions? We got a couple minutes yet. I just wanted to do a little unboxing and just kind of talk about my experience of getting into reloading. And I'm not trying to just promote the video I did this morning, but if you're thinking about getting into it, or somebody that's interested, share the link for the video, because I kind of went through what I think is kind of a fair amount of items that you would use, and then also read the comments people are leaving down below in the video, because it is good. I mean, there's a lot of good information people have dipped in there. Calaveras 32 Special said, you can never have enough reloading manuals. I got the Lyman manual and the Lee manual. I should probably pick up a Hornady manual too.
Travis,
but
yo,
I'm anxious to see the true Travi method, and your instructional videos on how to the true Travi method of reloading.
Well, my plan is to put the powder in first, and then put the primer in, and then the bullet. And wait a minute.
No,
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking.
I know. I'm messing with you.
So here's the thing. After you get to a point where you're reloading on your own just fine, and you're going, okay, this isn't as hard as I thought, and it just becomes second nature. It doesn't mean there's not more new equipment to learn about or something else to but you'll start talking to other reloaders, and you'll start comparing things, and they'll have a process that's similar to yours, or they'll use equipment simply, and you're like, yeah. And then there'll be something that they do that is entirely different, or they use an entirely different brand, and that's where you just go, oh, yeah, that's cool. And you just, but once you get far enough into this that it's just more second nature, I think the conversations you'll come at them from a different perspective.
Oh yeah. So here's my question, Nice Strike. What would it take to get you into reloading 357 SIG? Would you ever consider? Yeah.
I would consider it, but the issue is I'd have to buy a hell of a lot of equipment because I have no reloading equipment.
Well, I mean, just looking at what I got now, not counting a lot of the stuff that Squib gave me, but I mean, a lot of us could probably get you set up, on the cheap, because a lot of us have a lot of stuff sitting around. I mean, you'd probably have guys that would send you, a box of brass to get you started.
I would need brass. I would need the actual equipment. I would need to go down to PSA and pick up some powder. I would need also probably pick up actual bullets there to load.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, it doesn't have to be super duper crazy. You get the little Lee hand loader for
I've been thinking about getting the Lee hand loader.
Yeah,
but again, it's just
outer bullets brass primer, man. You're ready to go.
I shoot a lot of steel case, so it doesn't really, it doesn't work for me right now.
But you can't you can't get steel. Did they do 357 SIG with a steel case? Is there anybody that makes that? All right, I don't know if maybe Tula does it for the heck of it. So,
but you can
again,
reload
for
brass
every other
cheaper.
caliber,
You can reload brass cheaper than you can buy steel ammo.
It's just that I have a problem of keeping my brass and not losing it in my backyard.
And I can tell you that I have purchased reload supplies at Ellis's PSA before. So
there you go.
Oh man!
Nice track. An easy way to keep track of that. Easy way to keep track of that brass is just take like a little Harbor Freight blue tarp and throw it down next to you and weigh it down, and then shoot next to it. If you're not going to be running around shooting stuff, you just want to do.
I've done that. I've done that.
Okay.
And it's gone in the opposite direction.
See, it's different for me. Because I've just got real low cut grass with dirt, so the brass like shines the reflection of it at the range where I'm at because it's just dirt basically. So you don't really have to worry about it.
So you know that.
Well, another reason why I wanted to do this little podcast today is because I was going to go to the range after school and take the Desert Eagle out. But I'm like, first of all, I want the brass from that. I want 357 mag brass, so I'm going to lose it in the snow. And second, it's like sleeting. It's like frozen sleet, rain stuff coming down right now. I really don't feel like filming out in that. So, I mean, I can, but it sucks. It's not fun. And so I'd rather be able to take the Desert Eagle out where I can really enjoy it and take my time with it. So that'll happen eventually. But I thought, you know what, let's just go home and do a little podcast and just kind of talk about reloading in general. Now, Squib, what's your experience with those little Harbor Freight calipers? You think they roll off the same assembly line as the Hornady ones?
They're all made in China. I've never used the Harbor Freight ones, but they're all made in China. Here's the thing: if you've got two cheap pair and one of them fries, who cares? Pitch it and just open up the other one. I think my next set of calipers are probably going to be RCBS. They cost a little bit more. There's nothing special about them other than they say RCBS on them. They're probably made in the same factory in China as the Hornady ones, but whatever. I keep saying I need to get a dial indicating one because I want a mechanical one.
Here's a question: guy that comments is saying, do 410 shells reload the same amount of times as 10 millimeter?
410. That's shotgun. I don't do shotgun yet. So.
Okay, well, I was gonna say if a person was a heavy shotgun shooter and then they also have a 10 millimeter, me, I'm justifying buying all this based off of two basic calibers that I shoot a lot, 9 millimeter and 6.5 Creedmoor. So I went out and bought the whole reloading kit just based on two calibers. This sounds like somebody kind of in my situation where they might do a lot of shot shell shooting, but you'd be looking at a completely different reloading setup if you're going to start reloading 410 shells. I mean, and 410 shells can get a little pricey. I mean, they're not the cheapest thing in the world, especially if you want to get into some of the better loads that are out there. But, all I can say is if you don't count the investment of getting the equipment, if you're just looking at price per round, you immediately start saving money. I can reload 20 rounds of 6.5 Creedmoor Hornady match for $7.50 for a box of 20. Given if I've already got the brass and I've already got, the cost for the powder, the primers, and the bullets would be $7.50 for 20 rounds. And so Night Strike, we've talked about the 308. You can't do that because your C308 destroys the brass. There really would be any way you could reuse it.
It destroys brass. It does. It's not. While yes, you could probably reload the brass one or two times, but after that, the brass would be completely unusable.
Squib, could you get a resizing die that would work with that, or is it so extreme on a C308 or FAL that there's no point in even bothering?
It's not FAL, HK91.
Well, it'd be because I guess
I've never actually tried it. I've just heard that you're going to destroy it. I've never actually tried it myself, and I've never picked up any 308 brass from the range that has been mangled and destroyed or anything else. So
I think I've got one. I've got one lying around. Let me go see if I got it, and I can show you on camera.
Hey, Squib, Guitar Man Pete's got another question for you. What are your thoughts on motorized case prep stations?
I've never used one, but for me right now, I like to do all that work manual. It does make me it does give me a little bit of a workout, and sometimes it does make my arthritis flare up. Sometimes it makes my arthritis go away. But
Oh, okay.
I would say that if you're starting to get older like me, and you've got arthritis or tendonitis or something like that, it might come in handy. If you're just lazy, that works too. I'm gonna have to go ahead and drop out though, Travis. I gotta get back to work.
That's fine. No problem. Hey, thank you for joining me. You guys that are just joining in, I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon. I came on today. I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be starting some reloading videos. They won't be on YouTube. I mean, I'm going to talk about reloading on YouTube, but I'm not going to show it. I guess it doesn't really matter. But YouTube's going to be kicking in some more stringent standards here at the end of February for the channels, and I just don't want to take any chances. I'd honestly rather do live reloading over on guntube.org or over on gun channels, and then also put it through Gunstreamer. So if I do any kind of reloading, other than just talking about the equipment and giving reviews of the equipment, that can happen on YouTube, but I'm not going to show any actual physical reloading on YouTube, because who knows, at some point it could push over to reloading, which is not technically manufactured, but I don't want the videos to get flagged. So just, but what I was doing today is I wanted to open up the box of stuff that Squib Load had sent me today. He had sent me some Ballistol. He had sent me some Lucas oil lubricant, some prep brass for 5.56 223. Man, I got a little bit of everything in the box. So I just wanted to talk about that stuff. So you can go back and check it out if you want to. But, to get into reloading, like I've seen, is there's a lot of like fierce brand loyalty between reloaders. Some dudes are like RCBS all the way. Some people are Lee all the way. Some people are Lyman all the way. And so, I just decided to go Lee just after reading the manual. The manual kind of drew me into reloading. And so this is the manual that I bought. I also have the Lyman manual, but just after looking at this, I'm like, I like their warranty that they have, and it seems like they've got some decent gear. I heard people complain saying it's not as good as it used to be, but I decided to go ahead and try it, and we'll see what happens. So my first 100 rounds that I load up are going to be some 124 grain XTP 9mm. And some gold dots. But as I get a little bit older, I'm kind of gearing more towards going towards more powerful rounds, like say something like a 357 SIG or maybe a 357 mag, or even 45 on up. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing when it comes to future gun purchases. I would really like to get a 357 SIG. Now, I just wish that High Point get their button gear and produce a 10mm handgun. That would just be awesome. If they did that, I'd go buy one in a heartbeat and get into loading that. And then Squib also got me last year when he visited a cartridge gauge for 9mm. And so I don't know if this is for after you've assembled it. If it exceeds a certain threshold, you know that your rounds are out of spec. They're either too long, too short, whatever. So that's kind of cool. I got that.
Squib left.
I know. No, I'm just saying that that's something he got me also. No, I'm not asking him about it. I'm just saying that you got to also watch it when you get into reloading, man. You could really start to drop some serious money on stuff like that little scale that I bought that I showed off in my video, the Frankfurt Arsenal scale, digital scale. That little guy was like $37, and you can spend $200 on a scale if you want to. They've got like automatic, scales with powder loaders built into them and stuff, and you can just go down the rabbit hole and drop a fortune if you want. Everything I have right now, if I was to have to go buy everything that was in my video, I think it was $347, something like that. And it was $311 without the scale, $347 with the scale, somewhere around there. And so it's, about the price of a gun. I can get everything I need to reload, potentially, 1,500 rounds of 9mm. Yeah. I've got the brass. Is that the picture of the 308 brass? Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't find any. I guess I threw it away. But this is how brutal the HK91 G3 or the C308. Not the FAL. The FAL is an entirely different rifle. People keep getting HK91 and the FAL mixed up. They're two different damn rifles.
But they're both hard on brass, though. Regardless, it doesn't.
FAL is Belgian.
Yeah.
FAL is Belgian.
Yeah.
Set me C308. The HK91, the G3 is Spanish and German.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Made by Germans for the Spanish originally. Then Germany decided, hey, we want to build that rifle because we can't build FALs in our own country. So that's how it happened. Now, with these, with this brass, look at how it tears up the brass. You see the lines?
Like the necks are bent and stuff. Yeah.
The necks are bent. If you see the lines going down the cartridge, those are actual dents in the brass.
Oh God, never mind. Okay, I can see. Wow, I just thought that it would like elongate the brass or maybe bend it a little bit. It just basically.
No,
wow,
which is why I say the fluted chamber in a HK91, a C308, a SETME, a G3 destroys brass. So there is no point in using brass ammo unless you're only going to use it once and chuck it of reloading this stuff.
Yeah.
I've heard people actually have reloaded some of this stuff and actually used it, but you can only really reliably reload it once or twice before it just literally, the cartridges break.
Oh, easy. Guitar Man Pete saying, please look into the Reloaders Network. It's a great site. I'll be going over there, definitely. Rolling Trip says Dylan, FTW, Dylan for the win. Yeah, Dylan stuff is awesome, but I when it comes to, I know price is always going to be an issue. Dylan stuff is really, really nice. I was looking at their catalog too in RCBS. My next step up will be higher grade, higher, much higher quality overall, versus just going with this entry level Lee kit. So, we all kind of need to start off, and, I've got summers where I can load ammo and stuff too. So if I really get into it, I can start to put my resources into that. Just, what I do for my hobbies. So Kingpin's joining us. So David Bowling, man, are we tempting you a little bit with the whole reloading thing, or what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, I'm completely bought in. I'm sunk.
Man.
I've got the fever, and I just can't wait to get started.
Have you ordered anything at all yet, or not?
No, not yet. I'm gonna wait until probably April, and then I'm gonna start ordering pieces at a time.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the video, there's going to be stuff in there that, like, if you didn't, well, I wouldn't say don't buy the manual scale, but maybe I would rather buy 2 digital scales instead. I know that seems kind of stupid, but have 2 and use those instead of buying the whole Lee kit, because you could just buy the press and the other stuff from the Lee kit and save maybe 30 or 40 bucks if you didn't want that scale, if you bought, if you went other routes. But it's a nice little kit. I mean, it's got pretty much everything you need to get started, short of the dies, brass, powder, primers, and bullets, And heck, I'll send you stuff too. I mean, we can all kind of help each other out and get it going. That's Squib gave me some items to get me started. I could send you some items to get you started, because there's a lot of little costs that kind of start to add up after a while, and it starts to kind of get you, depending on what you're buying. But
sneak peek.
Ooh,
I got a gimbal.
Ooh, nice. So now, you actually have to you have to charge it? Oh, because it has a motor to counterbalance it, like a gyroscope and stuff.
Yeah, my audio cut out, so hold on.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So now we're expecting you to be doing lots of like daily vlogs and stuff, right? Are you gonna vandalistic a vlog for us and then walk around and chat and tell us about things? That'd be awesome. Let's hope so.
What exactly is a gimbal? Is it just the tripod and stuff like that, or is
it's like a handheld camera mount? Like if you ever watch guys that run along cars while they're filming, instead of having the camera bounce the whole time, it kind of counteracts that to keep the camera level and stable. So you can kind of walk however you want, but it stays at one particular level or keeps it from moving all the time. It's like a lot of vloggers walk around. They're trotting like this, but you don't actually see the camera going up and down. It stays level on them the whole time. And so it uses gyroscopes and motors to go in the opposite direction of the movement to counteract it. They're nice if you want to do a lot of vlogging and stuff. For just stationary filming, there's really no point. But if you're going to be doing a lot of walking around like at SHOT Show or at Tulsa and stuff like that, they're nice, but they can be a bit of an investment. But I think they're worth it if you do a lot of vlogging, definitely. So, David, I was going to ask you, is there any particular company of reloading supplies you're thinking about going with? Are you going to go Lee or Lyman or RCBS, or you have any ideas at all, like Dylan or anything like that?
I'm probably only going to do like a single stage press, because I'm not looking to do, Foos type of reloading and
get the assembly line reloader.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys I watch over, like on Chico Wise and Scotsman and stuff like that, and the Reloaders Network, that they've got the Dylan presses, but they're doing a lot more ammo than I'd be doing.
Yeah.
So I'd probably either go with the Lee, like the single stage stuff, or the Lyman maybe.
Yeah, this one, like I said, was only $147, which, then you got to get the other stuff like the dies and all that fun stuff that goes with it. But you can get by on it. Make sure you're saving do you save your little plastic cases from the boxes when you shoot your ammo? Are you saving the trays at all or not?
No, right now I'm just loading 5-gallon buckets up with assorted brass.
Okay.
And then I've got little plastic Tupperware type of containers that I'm putting my stuff that I shoot from Foos, so I keep that separate.
Oh, cool.
But
yeah,
everything else is just in a 5-gallon bucket, separated into 308, 5.56, pistol round, and then assorted stuff.
Yeah, just hold on to those trays, because you can use them once your rounds are completed. You can put your bullets back into them and then just mark the box reloads, and you're good to go. So Nice Strike showing off his new toy. Yeah, somebody had made a comment and said that the gimbal was formerly called the Steady Rest, or they used to be called the Steady Rest. I think gimbal is actually a brand, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a particular brand. But
ZHI YUN. It's a Chinese brand. They make this stuff. But there's another company, DJI Osmos, and a couple other companies. But I got this because, well, I wanted a gimbal, and yeah.
Cool, man. So how are you planning on using this? What do you exactly want to do with it? Are you going to do like tours around the property, have like a daily woods walk or something, or what's a daily swamp walk, or what? What's the idea? Or
what I'm going to do,
yeah,
I'm going to go to a couple museums in the area as well as Fort Moultrie.
Sweet.
And
okay.
Take video. I'm going to try March 1st through 3rd. There's a Civil War reenactment. Thinking about going and taking some footage there too.
Oh, cool, man. That'll be awesome. Get that posted up on there.
I've got a new gimbal. Yeah, I got it turned off now, so it's swaying back and forth.
Oh, yeah. So that keeps
that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Oh,
I got this for $50 off eBay.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Because I saw what these were going new.
Mm-hmm.
You get a refurbished one for $50 from the company with a warranty. You know what? I'm sorry, but with a warranty, $50 is good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I know Ghost and Clover got theirs for like, probably, $99.
Say $100 or so.
Yeah.
Have you tried it out yet? Have you practiced with it yet?
I played with it a little. I haven't calibrated or configured it yet. I got to do that. But again, that's the last piece of equipment because I've also got a new tripod as well. And I've got the whole setup too. See that?
All right, man.
I'm ready.
Cool. Well, nice, right, guys. I think I'm going to go and wrap it up. I just wanted to go for 45 minutes to an hour, and we pretty much did that. But I just wanted to kind of talk about basic reloading chat. What I've been going through as somebody getting into it for the first time, and just a thank you to all you Gun Channels members that have been giving me advice and information and helping me out get this all set up. And I got the major components and. Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of great videos that are out on. That's one of the reasons why I won't be doing a lot of reloading videos because there's so many good ones out there right now. There's some fantastic channels that have a lot of good information. Is it like Johnny's Reloading Bench is a good one? Check that out. Reloaders Network is pretty sweet. And so, yeah, David, when you finally get into it, my plans are to do a live stream over on GunTube and have Squib there and all the other guys. Once the press is ready, they'll walk me through the steps of what I'm doing. So I don't miss any steps along the way the first time, and then roll out my first rounds and then go from there. And the next step will obviously be to test it. But I mean, I would feel confident keeping this as, self-defense ammo. I'd have no problems with it. I mean, I've got Hornady critical defense in every single gun in the house, pistol, I guess I should say, which is $1 a round, which gets very expensive when you load multiple magazines too. So David, what do you keep for, you do critical duty, right? Oh, I couldn't get on mute. Sorry about that. No, that's okay, buddy. You critical duty for your self-defense ammo or what? Or critical defense or?
Yeah, most of the stuff that I would keep for self-defense so far has been the Hornady critical defense stuff.
Okay. Cool, man. All right, sweet. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna start getting ready. Got some stuff to put away. Got to take the dog out, get ready for dinner. But I want to thank you guys for jumping in on the little reloading chat. I wanted to do that unboxing. So if you guys are just coming in now, or if you missed the first half, go ahead and check it out. You can see some of the stuff that Squib sent me. Check out the video that I posted this morning. It's just on my channel. It's just called "How Much Does It Cost to Get Into Reloading 9mm or just reloading in general?" And what I talk about in the video would set you up for most calibers. But then obviously there's more expenses when you get into rifle rounds, and there's you can really get expensive if you want to. So you're probably looking around $350 to get everything you need to comfortably get set up and get going on it. And again, you could do it for a lot less, but to have a nice bench set up and a press and stuff where it's going to be convenient and not take all of your time in the world to reload, but still give you something to relax and do. I think it's definitely worth looking into. So otherwise, that's it, guys. We're going to do Caliber Corner tomorrow morning. We're going to talk about guns. Lots and lots of guns. It's going to be fun. Big old gun discussion. Yeah, we're going to talk about guns, baby. We're going to have a little.
Oh snap! That means I have to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not going to be. I don't remember what the topics are. We're going to talk about should you go pistol caliber carbine versus traditional rifle round for lever guns. We're going to talk about building versus buying. What are the advantages and disadvantages when it comes to the AR-15? I got 3 topics on there. I don't know what the other one is, but
are you going out again tonight?
I don't know if I'll be doing the. No, I won't be going out. Are you guys going to do gaming tonight? Are you going to have the strudel?
I think the strudel, the German strudel gameplay might be going on. I'm not sure as of yet, but we do need. What was your name?
I am
Klaus.
Klaus. I am Klaus. Oh yeah, I am Klaus. Did you guys do it
you
last
are
Friday or
Klaus.
not? Did you guys do it last Friday?
No, we didn't. Matt got sick.
Oh,
the kids
I
brought home
thought
the
maybe he
itis.
went out too. So okay, I got you. No, we went out for Valentine's Day because we had parent-teacher conferences on Valentine's Day, and so I didn't go anywhere after I got home from work last Thursday. I'm like, man, I'm done. 9 hours of sitting in the gym talking to parents, man. My brain was fried. So, yeah. But anyway, no, I'm gonna go ahead and take
down,
off, guys.
Travis. Write notes.
I do. Okay, so Gizzard Gary is saying, make sure you watch Foul Territory tonight. Gary, I'm sorry, I'm bouncing between 3 tabs right now. I'm going to go back and look at some of the messages. Foul Territory. Gary, what time is Foul Territory starting up? Just for people that want to know. Just see if there's anything else. Reloading bench for each person to maximize production. Oh, there you go. That works. Guns, real live guns. Awesome. Well, we're going to talk about guns. Reloading bench in every household. I agree totally. That's one of the few prepper things I didn't have was a way to reload my own ammunition. So, Gary, thank you for the plug over there. And 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Central time, the only time zone that matters. Make sure you check out Foul Territory. He's got a good panel that's on there. Nice Strike, are you going to be on Foul Territory tonight or not?
I may or may not. Depends on what happens with Matt and gaming. And
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I got a ton of stuff going on too. So
yeah. Hey, I want to thank you guys for all joining in, checking it out. Again, you know, it's not the most informative chat, but just to sit around and talk about some of the stuff that's going to complete my journey now so I can finally get started rolling out my own rounds and get things going. But otherwise, that's it. So, Nice Strike, you want to make a quick plug for your channel while we're here?
Well, I don't really want to make a quick plug for my channel.
Make a long plug for your channel.
I have an indie go-go campaign I'm working on so I can go to Tulsa again this year.
So it may happen. It may happen. You want to do the Tulsa. Okay.
So I put a link there in the side chat. I probably spammed it inside 3 times. Is it okay to post it on your channel?
Go right ahead, man. Did you make the reservation for a room?
I have not made any reservations yet until I can get this. If I can get the Indiegogo campaign fully funded, then I'm going. No points. I make the reservations, but I'm not making any reservations before then because with no money, what? I'm just gonna have to cancel it. So
I'll show up with $20. I'll just crash on the couch in your room. Is that cool? I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna do that. It's all good. I know the man likes his space. The man likes his space.
But again, I will just put this out there, Travis.
Yeah, man.
Turn the camera on. You can see my ugly mug.
There you go.
The beard. If I get the full funding on the crowdfunding, the beard is going offline.
No, you don't shave before you go to Tulsa.
No,
they will.
No. The beard. No, it's the Tulsa thing. I will shave my beard off live if I can get the full funding.
Why would you do that? I would rather pay you to keep the beard. You should threaten to shave it is what you need to do. Say, if you don't give me the money, I'm going to shave this beard. Like, no, don't lose your tactical edge, bro. And then, I mean, I know you can grow it back in like 6 hours. I get that. You know, you're like a teen, basically. Just
I shaved it, for my mom's birthday, which was Valentine's Day last year. And then by the time Tulsa came around, it was back to this.
What you should do is just leave some massive lamb chops on the sides, or just go like Lemmy from Motorhead. Just get that going. They might think you're Lemmy. They might think you're actually Lemmy. Yeah, or I would just leave some massive lamb chops and like a nice Sarge C4 stash going on, and that's it. That'd be freaking awesome, dude.
But I did that because people said that they wanted to see that. So you know what?
You weren't even shaved at Tulsa last year, or 2 years last year, were you? No.
They want to. Okay. People want to see what Nice Strike looks like underneath the beard. So
it's pretty nice.
They want to see the man behind the beard.
Wait a minute, what am I saying? I'm sorry.
Hey, you have plenty of videos of you being clean shaven.
Oh, I know.
I have hardly any videos of me being completely.
I don't even know what you look like. You might not even have any face underneath that beard. It might just disappear. It might just
I know.
Infinite space because it just. So that's all right, man.
So if I get the full funding for the Indiegogo campaign, the beard is going off. It's going off.
Okay, so now Gizzard Gary says, are you coming Thursday or Friday? Gary, I have no personal days left, so I cannot go this spring to Tulsa. I will be going in November. I know that Vandaliska Vlogs was talking about going. I get 2 personal days that I can burn during the school year. If I burn those and I need to miss school, Unless I call in sick, which I would not do because I would be going live and stuff online. And
Travis, didn't you say you had to pay for your own?
It would cost me $175 per day out of my paycheck to have a sub cover for me. So it'd be $350.
So yeah, but here's need to go to GoFundMe.
I know, but here's the problem you run into in school. Also in the springtime, it gets crazy with people gone for stuff, and a lot of times we have to cover for each other and help people out. And so I don't want to put that on everybody else.
Well, maybe you'll have snow days. Maybe you'll have snow days.
If we do, I'm taking off. What's blizzarded all the way for us all the way go down to Tulsa last spring. Why not again, right? So no, I will go. You know, I want to go next fall. You know, depending on who's going to go. If there's enough of a crew that wants to go, I do want to go in the fall. Or in the spring, I'm going to keep my 2 personal days until I decide what I want to do. But November would be fine. I mean, November would not be a big deal.
To know what's in Tulsa. Only the world's largest gun show, the Wanamaker Gun Show, every April and every November.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah, it's Tim. It's basically anywhere between 3,500 and 4,000 tables, and out of that, I think it's roughly 90% guns and ammo.
It's like what, 3 football fields?
I don't even know. It's massive. Tim, if you spent 20 seconds at every table from start to finish on Saturday and Sunday, you would not have enough time to hit every table by the end of closing time. So it's amazing. So
the plan is we found since the range is closed on Fridays, we found an alternate range. Everyone's just got to go to Gun Snob's house.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so.
He's got one in his backyard or what?
Yeah, he's got a ranch.
Oh, man, I just sleep in his backyard. I should be free. I'll just roll up in the Jeep and just bust out a sleeping bag and sleep in the back.
I asked if I could stay in the barn.
That's pretty intense, dude. That's pretty intense.
Yeah. You know, I went the extra mile there, but you know.
Yeah. All right, I got to wrap it up. We're having too much fun. So I'll talk to you guys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time on Caliber Corner. We're going to do a good old-fashioned gun talk. It's been a while. We've got a lot of other topics. Something political pops up. You guys can always throw it out there, too. We can talk about it. Otherwise, and then, David, quick plug for your channel before we go. I know you got to get yourself unmuted. So yeah.
I'll do. Check out Crazy Scotsman's channel. He's got a starter kit for reloaders. He's doing a giveaway over on the Reloaders Network, so check that out.
Sweet. Okay. All right.
Check out Rick's Life as I See It's channel. He's got a 200 sub giveaway. He's at like 192 or something like right now.
Let's get him up to 200. Yep.
And go over to my GunTube channel and check out the video I got posted over there.
So what I want to do real quick is I want to give a link out to Rick's Life as I See It channel over here. Before I got everybody watching the podcast before we take off. So let's see, Rick's Life as I See It. There it is. Man, he pops up right away on a YouTube search. That's crazy. That's awesome. All right, so guys, here is the link for Rick's Life's channel. If you want to just quickly head on over there and sub to him and get him up to 200, he's got a nice drawing lined up. And there you go. Click on that. That should be it.
Or as we colloquially call him, Spotted Rick.
The Spotted Rick. Yes.
Spotted Rick.
All right. Hope Benchmade doesn't even try showing their face. Oh, I don't want to go off on that.
We're not going there. That's for the Friday night strike in a few minutes.
I posted a comment over on Wrangle Star's channel. I was going to see if anybody posted any responses to it, but I watched his video on it, and I have to say that I
why is that guy even relevant still?
It doesn't matter. He's got 1.3 million subs. He's got a huge influence. But I watch his video on it. I mean, he makes some good points. But on the other end, I just didn't agree with him. But that's just me. So I know.
He talks an awful lot of feces because he's like, telling people, don't subscribe to people on Patreon.
I would never say that to somebody. You go do what you want, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, we're going to go and bug out. We're going to go ahead and call it. That's we're like, All right, man. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Y'all take care. Everybody have a great Friday evening. Have fun. Get out there. Just do some shooting if you can, if you got the weather for it. If not, stick around. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And I think that's about it. So on that note, I think we'll go ahead and end the broadcast. So you guys have a great evening, and we'll see everybody tomorrow morning.
If Felicia's bird pees in your fridge, give her the bye-bye.
Oh, my gosh. And she shall not.
Shall not be free!